Hey guys, what's up? If you're new, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. My name is Indigo, and today's day 6 of my 2024 year in review series where I'm kind of breaking down the major lessons that I've learned throughout this year. And today's lesson is a little bit more of it's a little bit darker in nature, shall we say. And I think like most of what I've talked about up until this point has been like all the positive things or whatever, but this one this one hit home the most because I've always been like way too trusting, and this major key for me this year was the worst kinds of evil often wear a smile. I am somebody who for pretty much my entire life I've been very willing to accept people as they are, you know what I'm saying? Take everything that they say at face value. I've never really looked too deeply at what they've said, or I'm sorry, yeah, I've never really looked too deeply at what people have said. And I guess because for most of my life, I was one of those people like you go to a big party and everybody's interacting, they're having fun, kikiing or whatever. Me, I'm over in the corner and I'm sitting and I'm watching everybody interact, and I'll do that for like 45 minutes to an hour before I ever say anything or do anything or try to interact with anybody. And then based on my observations, I'll then go forward and I'll choose who I'm going to interact with. And so I felt like because I was one of those people who was very observant and I looked before I just jumped into conversation or relationship with anybody, I just felt like, okay, well, I'm doing a great job of like weeding people out. And yeah, what I have definitely learned is that while I would say that's probably like the beginning step of getting to the next level with people is that prior observation before interaction is great, but that's only the first step, and there's so much more to discerning what types of people you are choosing to interact with. And I know I've had a very, very bad habit of going and interacting with the same people that my family have previously vetted. Oh, my mama said this is a good person, so I'm just going to say this is a good person. And, Uncle Tommy, he don't have a problem with this person, so, he don't have a problem with this lady, so she's obviously a good person. Let me go, and I'm going to, hang out with them, da-da-da-da. And, yeah, Uncle Tommy, like, you can't my perception and who I am as a person, I I often forget that I'm not like most of the people that I'm surrounded by, and so I can't judge situations and circumstances and people the same way in which they do. I have to be a little bit more discerning, not because I think that I'm better than anybody or anything like that, but there are certain aspects of my personality that don't interact with people in the same way that others might. And so, like, trying to apply the same criteria to who I'm going to be in a relationship with, it doesn't work in the same way. And, I found myself in a situation where there's somebody who I thought was a good person. They always presented themselves as an upstanding individual. And that person that have completely this person has completely taken advantage of me, and I almost feel like in the situation that I was in, I got love bombed, where there were all of these beautiful things that I was being given, all these compliments that I was showered with all this time, that I was being given. And then when I actually needed the help the most, it was like snatched away from me. And now I've been sat here stuck and bereft, looking for aid, like literally floundering, trying to get myself, or trying to move myself forward, all to very little, or I should say, all with very little, aid being rendered. And it's quite disheartening, just because, again, this is somebody who I thought was like a really good person, and nobody, like, I don't know about anybody else, but I hate people not just being who they present themselves to be. You know what I'm saying? I hate, like, if you're a bad person, why you can't just say that? You know what I'm saying? Like, why you can't just wear that on your sleeve? Like, why is it so hard to just be who you are? Why do people have to wear masks, whether you're a good person, whether you're a bad person, whether you're right in between, happy, sad, angry, whatever? Why wear a mask? Why not just be you? And maybe I'm saying this, maybe I'm being naive when I like say that, but it's just like, I feel like it would just make everything so much easier if we didn't have to try and use discernment to try and figure out who's a good person, who's a bad person. Like, if you could just, everybody just be who they are, like, it make life so much easier. But yeah, like, learning, and I guess I have had a mini lesson in this already with the situation that occurred with my mom and her ex-husband, but this one, because that was narcissistic abuse. Like, I think I've talked about it, but he was diagnosed narcissistic, or he was diagnosed with NPD. So that's completely different. But this one, it wasn't. This situation, it wasn't just like overt and in your face. It was very subtle, and it wasn't until I had kind of been in the situation for a little bit that all of the layers began. Like, I began to peel back the layers, and I could see this person for who they were, and it's just like, oh, you're really fucked up. You're really not who you say you are, and I hate that for you. Not for me, because I'm a great person, but I hate that for you, because you don't have to do this. You know what I'm saying? You could just be yourself. But yeah, that was a hard lesson, and it has definitely made me a lot more leery of accepting help from people. Like, I think moving forward, I probably, like, if people are offering me help, I might not take it. I'm gonna be so for real with you. And if I do take it, it would be like with the very small things. Like, I'm not asking for help with anything major anymore, because I've just gotten burned too many times. And I think, at least for right now, in general anyway, I really need to learn how to stand on my own 2 feet. I've spent a lot of time like trying to lean on family members to help me, and every time that I have, or I'm sorry, leaning on family members and friends to like help me get by. And wow, and like, the most supportive person has been one of my friends, but even that situation, I felt like a burden in it, and so I don't want to feel like that anymore. I want to feel like I'm a contributing member, not necessarily to society, but I'm a contributing member to myself, and that I'm doing everything that I possibly can to make myself better, and to make my life everything that I can make it. So I'm just learning I really, like, if anybody comes into my life and they're being like super friendly, or they're offering me all of these things at the beginning, no. Yeah, offer me all of these things at the beginning. Oh yeah. If anybody comes into my life and they're offering all these things, or they're being super nice, and they're trying to say, oh, this is going to help you, da da da, I'm going to be leery off the jump, because it just seems like a way for you to kind of expose a vulnerability in me, and then exploit and take advantage of me from that standpoint. So yeah, don't be quick to accept help. Like, if there's an overarching message from this, it's, don't be so quick to accept help, especially when that help is offered with a big Cheshire cat smile. So yeah, that has been the video for today. Thank you all so much for watching. It helps me out so much in this wonderful world of YouTube. Wait. So yeah, that's been the video for today. Thank you guys so much for being here and watching. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up button. It helps me out so much in this wonderful world of YouTube. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more from me. I will be here guaranteed for the next 4 days and then on a new schedule thereafter. You can check me out on all my social media. I have those links listed down below in the description box, as well as I'll leave a link to my business page. You can shop with me on Etsy if you would like. That is it. I hope you all have a beautiful rest of your day or night whenever you choose to watch this, and I will definitely see you guys tomorrow for day 7. Peace.